Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm SimmingInOz, and today we are undertaking the very important and much look forward to task of updating Hogwarts. And my god, if you've noticed in the first preview video of this video, where I actually show the finished product, did anyone else notice how much my game is chugging? I've honestly gone back and forth on Hogwarts because it's this massive build and it's amazing and everything, and I put my heart and soul into it. But at what cost? At what cost? Because every time I go to play this lot, it just chugs. The game is just like absolutely struggling under the weight of how big this lot is. Like it's full 8 levels and it's only gotten bigger since I did the update. But speaking of the update, we went through and we made the very exciting change of moving Hogwarts from the Magic Realm in the Realm of Magic pack to an actual 64 by 64 lot in Windenburg. Oh, this changed everything because we went from like a 50 by 40 lot in the Magic Realm that had like no yard. There was like no grounds to Hogwarts, and the grounds of Hogwarts are like pretty important, if I do say so myself, because it's the grounds of Hogwarts. They have to go out into the bad, I was about to say sunshine. They have to go out into the bad foggy weather and experience the Highlands of Scotland and everything, and look off into the distance where owls and hippogriffs fly and everything. It's really important. So we just didn't have any of that in the Realm of Magic lot. So very exciting. I was able to move Hogwarts to a brand new lot that was absolutely perfect for Hogwarts because 1, it was big, and 2, the surrounding area around the lot itself was like just plains of grass. So using the tool mod, I could actually sort of give the illusion that the lot was a lot bigger than it actually was. Using the tool mod, I popped down a fake wall, or the walls of Hogwarts, which I thought was really exciting because castles got to have walls. And then I popped in some towers, I popped in some greenery, and while a lot of the grounds of Hogwarts aren't actually buildable, a lot of the items placed into it are done through by the tool mod. It's still really cool and gives the illusion that Hogwarts is bigger than any lot you can generally play, which I thought was really fun. I also really love the surrounding areas, because surrounding Hogwarts is all these other fun bits. So you've got a beach next to Hogwarts, it's got like a dock, and then the lots surrounding this new Hogwarts are really exciting because they're all themed and relevant to what Hogwarts is. Because you know what, you think of Hogwarts, and you don't just think of Hogwarts the castle, you think of Hogsmeade and Hagrid's hut and the Shrieking Shack and the Quidditch pitch field, and finally we can have all of these things be in relative approximation to one another and have them be in walking distance of Hogwarts, which I thought was so exciting. So I was able to really just expand out what we believe is Hogwarts within the Harry Potter save file, which is so fun. Right now I'm going through and okay, so first things first, if you notice that the game is slow, yes, I understand. I feel you. But like, the game is so chugging by this point, by how big Hogwarts is that like I do one thing in build mode and I have to wait like 10 seconds for it to like compute within the game, or else it just, it just sits there, and it makes building and updating actual Hogwarts castle an absolute nightmare because it takes 10 times longer. Like typically when I was editing this video, what would usually be, me speeding up the video maybe to ×4, I've actually got it to like up ×8, just because every time I do something within build mode, it takes so long to actually do it that I'm just sitting there waiting for the game to catch up with what I'm asking it to do. So if this video looks slow to you, just know that it's as fast as it's ever been in terms of how fast the editing is making it go. It's just that the game is just like having none of it. In any case, we're making the exciting addition of we're adding a few things to Hogwarts. We're not so much changing the interiors of Hogwarts, though we are doing slight tweaks, we're basically just adding a lot of stuff that didn't get added the first time around. So say for example, right now I am adding in heads of house living quarters. So Flitwick gets an apartment, and McGonagall and Snape and Sprout. Yeah, Sprout. They all get living quarters within Hogwarts, which I thought was so fun. I tried my very best to get their living quarters like very, very close to the actual common rooms. So I believe Flitwick and McGonagall have head of house quarters above ground, right on top of their, I think their quarters. No, the common rooms. Oh my god, I couldn't think of the word. So the common rooms. I wanted them to be quite close to the common rooms. Now, unfortunately for McGonagall, I couldn't make this happen because Gryffindor Tower, if you recall, is circular, and we don't like circular stuff. Was not touching that Gryffindor Tower for the life of me, because I'm like, I knew if I started to just fiddle with it, I'd ruin it. And I didn't want to. My game was already chugging along and so slow and everything. I couldn't do it. So I decided to put McGonagall's living quarters next to her transfiguration classroom instead. I thought it was a nice mix-up for her. And then obviously Flitwick's is next to the Charms classroom. Charms classroom is also under the Ravenclaw common room, which I thought was nice. It still fits and everything. Unfortunately, the Hufflepuff living quarters for Sprout, bit tricky because the build is geared in such a way that it's really hard to place down a room next to the kitchens or next to the Hufflepuff common room. For whatever reason, it just would not let me build a room, so I had to like cookie cutter some kind of room branching off of the common room of Hufflepuff. It works. In the end, we do get something, but it's not as neat as I would like it. And then obviously Snape's living quarters, they get branched off his office and the potion storage room, so you can sort of keep a very sharp eye on all the potion supplies. And here's me coming in with my most favorite object in the whole entire game, which is the archways we get from the Lovestruck pack. Oh my god, I love these things so much. I'll never get over it. They're so beautiful. But I was extending out the grounds of Hogwarts, and I sort of had to... It was a bit constricting because while 64 by 64 is a bigger lot, it's not so big that I'm able to fit in a lot of stuff. So I sort of had to decide what was going to be going on at the sides and then really prioritize the back of Hogwarts as getting the most room with the update. And just so I could make like a nice sort of grounds at the back. It's sort of like the playground area, if you will, where everyone can come and chill under the cool tree. I wanted to put in like an actual greenhouse for herbology classes and stuff, because we only had like a little itty bitty greenhouse originally, and I really wanted a bigger one, so I decided to pop one in. So all of the space that we get with the new lot is very towards the back. And even then, I had to be very cautious not to box myself in and give the illusion that the lot actually ended where the lot boundary ends. I have to sort of build with the idea in mind that it stops with the castle walls. So everything had to flow naturally and really just make sense in terms of where I could build and where I had to just place stuff using the tool mod. Now, for the side of Hogwarts that I'm working on right now, obviously I'm putting down the archways. I wanted to build like some outdoor walkways where you can exit Hogwarts in a few key locations and actually use this walkway to get around a little bit easier. So I believe this is a walkway from the very back of Hogwarts to the very front of Hogwarts, and along the way you can dip into the Ravenclaw area, you can dip into the Great Hall, and then you can dip into the little mini greenhouse at the very front of Hogwarts, and then you're at the front of Hogwarts again. So This is me making up the little entrances, just sort of shuffling things around and making sure that these entries and exits all work within the build. And I like it because it just gives the Sims a little bit more pathway to work with. If they want to go somewhere, they can absolutely use these pathways to do so. And it was a little bit tricky because I had to like sort of build with staircases. I was really limited for room, and so it was just a little bit constricting, but we got there in the end. Now, if you're looking around and thinking currently, where did the castle walls go? Here's the thing. So I actually had to build the castle walls twice because what happened was I started updating Harry Potter, and then during that whole thing, my save file got completely corrupted and I had to like backtrack. Like I'd built the castle walls, which was nice, but also at that point my game got corrupted and I sort of had to go through all my save files because obviously I back everything up, and I sort of had to go backwards and go, okay, when did the save file corruption come about, and where can I, how can I save as much as I possibly can without completely starting over? Well, unfortunately for me, she was well corrupted. She was not well for a very long time, and I actually had to end up completely starting over everything. So all my world building was just gone. Obviously not my lots, that was okay, and all my Sims, that was fine, but I basically had to save every single lot that I had to my gallery and all my Sims to the gallery, start a whole new save file that was completely uncorrupted, place everything down, place all my Sims down, place all my builds down, and then all the work that really got left behind was all my world building, i.e. my castle walls, and all the world building I'd done in all my other neighborhoods, all my other lots, all my other all my other fandoms, so all my Star Wars world building, all my Harry Potter world building, it was gone. So in making the sacrifice of making a whole new save file, I had to go and do all my world building again. So if you're wondering why my castle walls disappear at some point and then reappear, it's because I had to make them twice. So there's that. So at some point in this video that will happen, and you may be able to spot it when it happens. I think it happens when I start the greenhouse. But as you can see, it was so much work, and I am so paranoid about my save file being corrupted, though the Sims team is making steps to actually fix that in the future and maybe stop file corruption from happening. So until then, I am being an extra paranoid person and just making save file after save file and keeping a vigilant eye out for any save file corruption, just so I can save myself a lot of heartache in the future and backtrack appropriately when I notice any save file corruption happening. Because once the save file corruption is happening, there's no stopping it and there's no reversing it. It just honestly just gets worse. So as you can see, here we are. My castle walls are gone, and this is the point where I was clinging to creativity, because basically I was looking at not only finishing off the Harry Potter save, but also doing a lot of work that I'd already done over again. So I was not feeling the best. I was feeling very discouraged and frustrated, but I knew I really couldn't throw in the towel, because I had promised people that I was doing this Harry Potter update. So nothing to do but start again, really. Now we're going in with a greenhouse now. Again, I wanted something bigger. I wanted something that was sort of movie accurate. So as you can see, it's a very long structure, and I think it fits in quite nicely with the update. Thankfully, I was able to get a decently sized greenhouse, and this is me just adding in pathways, making sure that everyone has easy accessibility to all of the new additions to Hogwarts. A few things I actually did that I didn't include in this video, because for whatever reason I just did not end up with that footage, was I did a few updates to Hogwarts that you don't actually see recorded, so I'll run through them now. They're just little itsy bitsy things that I wanted to add just for world building. So I put in a ship that technically belongs to Durmstrang. If you look on the side of this lot, there is a beach nearby, and I thought, there's a beach, and it's got a nice pier on it, and I could probably put like a ship on there or something. Obviously that's where the Hogsmeade Boat's dock, which I thought was very nice, but also I felt like it's a nice spot to actually pop in a Durmstrang ship. So what I did was I took the ship that we already have from the Get Famous pack, and I popped that in, I sized it up, and I smushed it together to make a whole ship, and then I just docked it at the dock, and it looks really fun. And you will see this in the photos at the end of this video. I do show you all the additions I did, even if the footage isn't here in the actual editing process. Another thing I did, if I was doing Durmstrang, I of course had to do Beauxbatons, carriage. So what I did was I took, this was a mixed match of things really. I got some live object wheels, and I took one of those, it's in the roof objects menu. It's like a fake window, and you put it on top of roofs to make it look like there's a third story, but there's not really a third story. I took one of those and I sized it up, and that was like the carriage thing with some fake wheels on it. And then there's a bronze horse statue in the decorations and statues menu, and I basically took two of them, I sized them up, and I put all of this on the ground, and then I elevated it all into the air as if the carriage was flying through the air with the horses attached to it. It looks really cool in the end, and I really, really enjoyed it. Another thing I added in was the Mirror of Erised. It always bugged me that I'd built the Mirror of Erised with all the tasks and everything from the Sorcerer's Stone, and I didn't add in an object that was in the place of the Philosopher's Stone. So it's like, okay, so what object in-game can I pop in to sort of simulate immortality? So I think I popped in some jewelry from the Gemology game pack, I believe, and it's got something to do with, if you wear this ring, you'll be effectively immortal. So I popped that in. So if you ever do wander down to the Mirror of Erised in the Hogwarts build, you will find that there is a lovely little ring just on the floor in front of it. And if you put on that ring, you'll effectively be immortal. So I thought that was a really fun little addition, and just to sort of give us a little bit of lore. What else did I pop in? Another thing I popped in the Whomping Willow. So how do I explain this? There's a bit outside the castle walls that's towards the ocean. It's sort of like a mountainous overhang outside the castle walls. It's just this little pillar area, just sort of like this little overcrop. And it was there, and I'd made a little doorway through the castle walls, so you could actually get to this little overhang from Hogwarts. And I was thinking, what can I put on this overhang? And I decided to do the Whomping Willow. I got in the most deadest, biggest tree I could possibly find. I'm not sure where it's from. It's probably from Life and Death or the Fairy Pack or something. And I popped in a Whomping Willow, and it's really fun because I popped in a sewer drain, like one of those very big ones that's basically like person-sized. I popped one of those coming out of the tree, and it's effectively meant to be like a doorway to the secret entrance to the Shrieking Shack, which I thought was so fun, because it's sort of like Remus would have, in his time at Hogwarts, exited Hogwarts, gone to the Whomping Willow just down the road outside the castle walls, and gone to the Shrieking Shack. And then in the Shrieking Shack build, I popped over there, and I made a little entrance with that same sewer grate coming out of the fireplace. So in the save file, if you squint at it, you can basically go from the grounds of Hogwarts to the Shrieking Shack via sewer grate from the Whomping Willow. It's fun. I like it. It just makes me feel better in my soul that these little details are here. Speaking of little details, if I could veer off course a little bit, I'm currently in the middle of doing last little details for the Harry Potter save file, and one of the things I really wanted to encapsulate was horcruxes. And I thought, what can I do? What can I do to make this really cool? It's one thing to do a save file, but it's a completely another thing to give people something to strive for, a goal or a little bit of gameplay. So I decided I was going to make horcruxes. You know what? They're functional too. It's so cool. So what I did was I got my Tom Riddle And Tom Riddle at this point is a vampire, as you know. And what I did was I made a Grim Reaper character, and I made that Grim Reaper character write a bunch of Book of Death objects for him. It's essentially something you can get with the writer's aspiration, I believe. And once you've fulfilled this aspiration, you can write a Book of Death. Essentially, you write a book, and then you bind that book to a sim. And if that sim ever dies, you can use that book to resurrect them, essentially like a horcrux, which is so cool. And I was thinking to myself, oh, that would make a perfect horcrux. So what I did was I made 7 horcruxes, all bound to Tom Riddle as the vampire, and I named them very appropriately. So there's a title of the book and then there's a description. The title of the book is basically very basic. It's basically Horcrux of Tom Riddle / the diary, for example. Horcrux of Tom Riddle / the locket. And what I've done was, using the descriptions of these books, I've actually made a big treasure hunt. So say, for example, the first Horcrux, which this is going to be public knowledge. The first one is always easy to find. The first one is obviously the diary. And the diary is exactly where you would think it would be. It's in the Chamber of Secrets at the very bottom of Hogwarts. And if you go down to the Chamber of Secrets in this build, you'll find a Book of Life. It's just sitting there on the ground. And it's so fun because if you read the description of the Book of Life bound to Tom Riddle, it'll say something along the lines of like, I am the first, as in I'm the first Horcrux, to seek the second, and then there's a little riddle about where to find the second Horcrux. And all of the Horcrux books are scattered all over the Harry Potter save file. And oh my god, that's so exciting! So you can actually go and you can hunt down all of Tom Riddle's Horcruxes. Isn't that the most amazing thing? I don't know if you can hear it, but my cat is currently next to me, and they are purring. Hello, baby. Wanna say hello? Hello. Sorry, I'm such a dork. She's wanting her lunch. Anywho, sorry about that. But yes, so you can actually go and find all of the Horcruxes for Tom Riddle. And obviously, I've actually added in, there's a few Tom Riddles in my game, actually. There's Tom Riddle, who looks like Tom Riddle, an older adult Tom Riddle, but he's secretly a vampire, and that vampire looks like Lord Voldemort. But there's also a ghost that lives at Hogwarts, which is Tom Riddle the teenager, and he's basically essentially the first Horcrux. So he's the Tom Riddle that you meet in the Chamber of Secrets in the, Chamber of Secrets, essentially. So there is a younger version, and then there's an older Lord Voldemort version. I just think they're so fun, and if Tom Riddle ever dies, or Voldemort ever dies, you can so resurrect him, which I thought was really fun. Now, we are currently going through and we are adding in all the teachers' living quarters. Now, full disclosure, I was running on fumes creatively when it came to these living quarters. These are not my best work. These are actually quite bad. I'm going to say it now. But I was so tired and my game was chugging along so slowly. I'm just like, just build the things. So they're not my best, but they will do. They will do in a jiffy. So we're just going to have to live with them. I did make them color-coded, and I did make them as close to the commons rooms as I possibly could, but they turn out fine. They turn out fine. Now, on the last few things we are adding on the Hogwarts update, I actually wanted to do a bit of a weird thing. Back in the good old days when I thought Hogwarts was going to be a rental unit that could hold up to, like 48 Sims at a time in different households. Naive, darling. So, back in the days of yore, I actually planned to have one household that was going to be nothing but the Hogwarts ghosts. So, like, Nicholas and the Bloody Baron and the Grey Lady and Peeves and Tom Riddle's ghost and everything. My plans were ruined. Anywho, until they fix the save file bug, I've got nothing to do about that. But, in the meantime, I built this very lovely Death Day chamber where this was officially going to be where the ghosts lived within the Hogwarts, their actual lot in captions, because this was going to be their household lot. This is the place they were going to be renting, and everything else would be a public space, and it was going to be so cool. Obviously, the Death Day stuff is book only, and I sort of just had to sort of imagine what it was going to be. I imagined a very dark, dank chamber underground with lots of stonework and fireplaces and lots of references to funerals and deaths and ghosts and everything, but also have it be a place where an actual party could happen. So I put down a dance floor and a DJ booth, which is so weird. And yeah, I added it in because I was just like, yeah, I need somewhere for the ghosts to live. So I added this room, and it's not my best work. Again, I was running on fumes and everything. So yeah, maybe one day, once they fix the save file bug, I will go back and I will convert all of my lots again to rental units when that is fixed and it's able to actually do its thing. Though, can you imagine how much my game would chug if it was trying to run a rental lot at the same time as Hogwarts? Hogwarts already chugs enough, really? So I'm like, I don't know, man, I don't know. I'm really pushing it. I am pushing it to its limit. But, you know, I'm such a terrible person, but oh god, I want it my way and I want it to work, and I ask a lot of the Sims. I do, definitely. But in the meantime, we're moving on to the greenhouse now, and again, a very nice long room, and I really wanted it to be sort of book accurate, like you could look at this and know exactly what it is. And I really dig the tile in this room. Like, obviously it's a bit too uniform for me. I wish it was a bit more random, but I love how the tiles are like coming out of the floor and everything. That's so fun. And then it's just these lovely floor to ceiling windows that look so lovely, and then I put in these very lovely wooden archways that sort of run down the center of the room, which I thought was fun. And then we have like 12 flower arranging stations, which I thought was very appropriate. And I'm putting down a lot of real plants, a lot of garden plants, and as many magical plants or alien plants as I could possibly find, just to sort of give us the illusion that this is a greenhouse, but it's a greenhouse for things that would go in magical potions. And then for the middle area, I just wanted to add in a lot of ceramic pots for, oh god, those things that cry, mandrake roots or something. The mandrakes, yes. God, the amount of stuff I absolutely just forget but lives in my brain. Oh my god. But yeah, no, look, Hogwarts is what it is. It has the potential to be really amazing if the game does get fixed and updated in time, and I will keep an eye on it, and maybe at one point I will just go ahead and make a separate save file that does actually have the rental units, and if people want to download that and risk save file corruption, they can do so, but there is no way in my actual game that I'm going to be doing any of that, because I cannot risk all my hard work just being destroyed once again and then having to redo everything. Because the thing I pride myself on with my save files is that there is a lot of world building around the lots. Like, if this was just a standard save file and without any world building, there would be no Hogwarts castle walls or Whomping Willow or Durmstrang ship or anything like that. It would all be gone, and those lovely little details that make up the world would just be nothing. So it is very, very important to me that the world building stay, because if I have to do this crap again for a third time, I'm a scream so badly. It's just like, it's a lot of work. It's hours and hours and hours of just placing down objects and making it just right. And it is a lot of fun, I get it, but not like the 5th time round. So everybody pray that, you know, the game just does not deteriorate anymore in terms of that save file glitch. It has traumatized me, actually. But we're moving on, and we fixed it now, and we're all done, and the Harry Potter save is basically done. I've really just got to continue with the Star Wars save, which is like almost done as well, and the SpongeBob save file is done, and it's really just about, one, getting everything polished off and the finer details done. And as you can see here, I've actually skipped ahead. Naive child that I was. This is when the save file glitch had happened, and if you just noticed, as I was placing down the Weasley's car that flies over Hogwarts, you'll note that Hogwarts isn't actually there anymore, because a default lot has taken its place from the base game, and it's sort of just like, that's an indication of save file corruption. And at the time I was looking at it going, oh, that's so weird. Hogwarts is gone. Where is it? Oh, God. Anywho, we're coming to the end of it now. This is just the outdoor courtyard area. I sort of, again, had to be really cautious about my pathing just to make it look natural in the end. So I'm putting down a little bit of stonework for pathing just to sort of give you an idea of where people are meant to be walking, and then just sort of breaking it up with a lot of lawns and everything, and just sort of putting down some some benches and some books and some telescopes, and just to sort of make it look a little bit lived in again and everything, and popping down some planters outside the greenhouse and making it look cute. Another last thing I am adding to Hogwarts Update is I wanted to add in a owlery that wasn't on top of the Great Hall. So at the moment, the owlery where all the owls live is in a little room on top of the Great Hall, and that's fine. It was fine, but also in canon, there is actually meant to be like a whole tower where the owls actually reside and everything, so I did decide to go through and make a little tower just off the side of the grassy area where I didn't even do a new owlery. I basically just built a tower and then copied over the interior of the old owlery into the new one, so there is technically 2. You can get up here, there's a nice little ladder you can go up, and it will take you to the owlery at the top of this tower, which I thought was really, really, really cute. But really, that's it for the Hogwarts update. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to take a look at the slideshow at the end of this video, where you'll see the Durmstrang ship and the Beauxbaton's carriage and the Whomping Willow and the Mirror of Erised and its immortality ring and everything. It's all really, really fun, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you enjoyed the Harry Potter save file, or you're enjoying the videos, feel free to give a like and subscribe, and come along with me on the journey of more stuff in the future, because endlessly, I've got endless plans, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with everybody. Everybody have a really, really fantastic day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for all my rambling, and sorry if this video was a little bit all over the place. I had to deal with like a massive save file thing right in the middle of it and rebuild everything, so I did what I could. Anywho, bye bye everybody, have a fantastic day.